I'm Alanna.
And I'm Laurence.
And this is our Meet Cute.
Falling in love is funny. It's weird, awkward, happy, or sad. It's a vibe. Where if you know, you know. Or do you? More than anything, it's personal and all around us. Inspired by true events and performed by real actors, Meet Cute presents When I Met You.
I was only at that party for 10 minutes.
Hadn't you already left when we met?
Yeah, I was downstairs with one foot in a cab. I'd only gone to the party as a favor to a friend. Didn't know anyone there.
I only go to parties under duress.
I did have a weird feeling about that night, though.
Come on. You're just trying to make your desire to stay and drink sound faded.
It wasn't faded. My mate was also going on and on about having a good feeling that night.
Your friends say that every weekend. They're just trying to justify the hangover that's waiting for them in the morning.
How can you say that? I was literally closing the car door and giving the driver directions when my mate chased after me and practically dragged me out of the cab and back inside.
I will admit that the likelihood of us meeting anywhere else ever again was pretty low. We had no friends in common or friends of friends. We didn't go to the same bars. You don't use dating apps.
You were only at that party for like 10 minutes too. You're missing the best part.
Oh, right. The best part.
I was on my way back in. You were on your way out.
I was over that party before I'd even arrived.
What if you'd used the bathroom before you decided to get to the elevator? What if you stayed talking to your friends for 5 minutes before? What if you took a different elevator?
Okay. So you get out of the cab, walk back to the row of elevators, press the button, and a second later the doors opened and...
Ding! There you were. The timing was immaculate, with a capital I.
So we talk for 5 minutes in an elevator doorway, exchange numbers. You tell me I remind you of your cat?
You do. You were so cute. And then you ghost me for weeks after a meeting like that.
I've changed my mind. We would have totally met.
Stop ruining it. I kept telling my mom about how unlikely the whole thing was. All my friends accused me of wallowing.
Aw, you talked to your mom about me? No, we would have met. Hello, we're both teachers.
Yeah, but I was a teacher who was about to move to China indefinitely.
Which begs the question, why were you so ruthlessly pursuing me when you already knew you were leaving?
I know, and everyone kept telling me, long distance doesn't work, long distance doesn't work.
Especially when you haven't even been on one date. So let's talk about that first date.
I brought up marriage within my first 3 sentences.
I remember.
Eden Gardens, my favorite place in the city.
I think the audience should know it's just a coffee shop.
In the middle of an insane, out-of-this-world botanic garden. I'd get married there.
Which is exactly what you said as soon as I sat down.
I'd like to say I was nervous. I wasn't. I would get married there. The only thing that made me nervous was when I started treating you like a student. I got all over-explainy on the flowers.
I liked it. Plus, it's a habit of teachers. I was used to it.
Besides, if you didn't like the Greeks, we probably weren't going to get along.
I didn't know bellflowers were related to Aphrodite. It was sweet when you asked me if you were being an insufferable know-it-all.
And you told me about the Chinese god of love, Yu Lao. That, and you revealed you spoke 5 languages. Can't believe I was worried about being a know-it-all.
Still, I was so conflicted.
How can you say our meeting wasn't something like the movies? Even the weather turned south when your mood did.
I remember you said, "What's going on, Alanna Itten?" And I snapped. I said, "Stop with all the nicknames like we've known each other forever." That's when I told you I was moving. I was moving to Japan in a few weeks to go teach.
Plot twist.
And I told you I wasn't about to get hung up over a guy and ruin my time there. And you started laughing just like that, there.
It wasn't that I didn't agree with you. It's just, come on. When we were both moving overseas in a few weeks, we were 110% destined to meet.
Destined to meet, to say goodbye. It seemed like a contradiction in terms.
You were the one who saved us.
Not me, but you, Lao.
It was really raining by then. I asked you, what does your god of love say about it, Yu Lao?
And I told you, Yu says there's a red thread that binds some people together.
See, all along you knew we were destined to meet. You had the story in your back pocket the whole time.
I told you, regardless of circumstance, no matter how much it stretches, this thread can never break. And then you proceeded to rip apart the blazer you were wearing. And I liked the blazer you were wearing.
I had to find a red thread. Thank God I was wearing brown that day.
So you present me with what is essentially fuzz you have ripped out from your blazer, and you tell me to keep it.
It was our red thread, and we had to wait and see if it kept us together. So, going long distance after one date, what do you think?
Well, it was only a year in the end, and we met up all over China, Taiwan, and Japan.
You sent me a robot vacuum from my apartment in China.
You nearly wet your pants when I took you to a VR park in Tokyo.
I thought I was about to be eaten by a T-Rex. No joke.
Hi, I'm Alanna.
And I'm Lawrence.
And this is our Meet Cute.